Students, welcome to Accountancy class. I am NARSIMULU, Commerce teacher. In this video, I am going to teach you CEC first year Accountancy topic journalizing accounting transactions. Students, here you all know there are three types of accounts and each account has its own principal. So, what are the three accounts? One, personal account. Second, real account. Third, nominal account. So, principles of these accounts. Personal account principle is debit the receiver, credit the giver. Real account principle, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Nominal account principle, incomes, expenses, losses, costs should be debited. Incomes, profits, gains should be credited. So these are the three accounts and their principles. These principles we can go to use while journalizing the accounting transaction in the journal. Journalizing means nothing but the process of recording accounting transaction in the journal, and here we need to follow some steps to record the accounting transaction in journal. Let me explain you those steps which we have to think in our mind, but I will explain here in the step by step. You need to follow them. See, in this video I am going to use nominal account as well as real account. Right, see, here you are given one transaction, means here we have been given one transaction, that is on 31st of January 2018 paid salary is rupees 10,000. It is the accounting transaction. Here you know that as per dual aspect concept we need to identify two aspects in the business transaction or accounting transaction. So if you observe this transaction, you will find simply one aspect, that is paid salaries. Salaries, you know, to run the organization we need to appoint some employees and we need to pay some salaries to them for their services. Okay, so your salary is an expenditure. Okay, students, it is expenditure to the organization. Simply we can go to identify it because salaries and electricity bill, postal charges, transportation charges, and all these are the expenses. So salaries is expenditure. We can easily identify it. But one more problem that will come here, and there is no second aspect in this transaction. So here what we have to do, whenever we find in the transaction either income or expenditure, we need to add a word at the end of the transaction, that is cash. Okay, students, here it's just for understanding point of view, we are going to add it to the given transaction cash. So whenever you find expenditure or income in the business transaction, you can go to add a word at the end of the transaction. If the word is not given in the transaction, for example, cash paid to employees, cash payment or salary paid in the form of cash, then we can go to, no need to add cash to the given transaction. But here cash is not given, so you can go to add the word at the end of this transaction to make or simplify, understand better the given transaction for journalizing the transaction. So here cash is the another aspect that we added as we identify expenditure in this transaction. Okay, so cash is an asset. Is it right? So two aspects we find. One is salary, that is expenditure, and cash, that is asset. Now you apply the appropriate account to principle to the aspects that we find here. So expenditure comes under which account? Nominal accounts. Expenditure comes under nominal account. Here you can go to write nominal account. Nominal account principle. What nominal account principle says? Nominal account principle says that expenses, losses, costs should be debited. Incomes and gains, profit should be credited. Here expenditure. So it is an expenditure. So we can go to debit it. Okay, students. Expenditure. So all expenses should be debited. So salaries account should be debit. Okay. Then come to second aspect, that is cash. Cash related to real account. So why? Because cash is an asset. So assets comes under real account. So real account. So here real account principle says that what comes in debit, what goes out credit. Means here debit what comes in, credit what goes out. See, whenever you pay salary to your employees, so is cash coming into the business or going out from the business? Yes, it goes from the business. So when we pay the salary, generally we give the money to our employees. So salary, whenever we pay the salary, cash going out of the business. So as per real account principle, what goes out, that should be credited. So here, first you can go to write, it comes under real account. Okay, sure. What real account principle says? What comes in debit, what goes out credit. So here it goes out. So that should be credited. Cash account should be credit. Okay. Now, after completion of this process, now we can go to write the journal entry in the journal. So first you can go to write the date, 31st January 2018. So 2018, 31st. First you can go to write the debit account. If you observe which is the debit account here, salary account is the debit account. First you can go to write salary account. Salary account debit. In the debit column, amount you need to write, that is 10,000. Okay. Next, credit account. What is the credit account in this transaction? Yes, cash account is the credit transaction. Go to write to cash account. Against this account in the credit column, you can go to write amount rupees 10,000. So after writing this credit account, go to write narration for the given transaction. What is the narration here? Being salaries paid. Being salaries paid. So we completed narration. So entry also completed. In this way, we need to write the journal entry in the book called journal. This is the process, and the entire process should be taken place in your mind. Okay, students. To write the journal entry, you must know 3 accounts and their principles. As well as you should be aware of the dual aspect concept. Then here, as per dual aspect concept, in the given business transaction, we need to find 2 aspects. One is debit aspect, another is credit aspect. Or we can say one is receiving aspect, another is giving aspect. Okay. Here, receiving aspect is called as a debit aspect, giving aspect is called as a credit aspect. So that is the that is explained in dual aspect concept. Now, after finding 2 aspects, we can go to find related accounts. So after finding related accounts, we can go to use the principle of a account. Then we can go to find the debit account and credit account. After finding debit and credit accounts, we can go to write the journal entry. As we written here, salaries account debit to cash account 10,000, 10,000. After writing the entry, we can go to write a narration in brief, being salaries paid. So like this, we can go to write the journal entry for the given transactions. Okay, students, I hope you understood how to write the journal entry in the book called journal. It is the process of recording accounting transaction in the journal is called as journalizing. So we completed the process of journalizing. Thank you for watching this video.